Live here on I Follow Hatters, and Nathan, it's a progression through top of the group and a victory over League One AFC Wimbledon. You must be pleased with the performance and the result tonight.
Yeah, very much so. I said, look, it took us a bit of time to get a grip to them because they came very strong, you know, in terms of what they did. Their top front man, they played him. You know, Cody McDonald, so it was a real good test for our two young centre halves that we had to change and give them a bit of hand early on to get the grips of the game. But look, once we did that, I thought it was a real good game. You know, credit to Wimbledon. They wanted to top the group. We wanted to top the group, and I thought it was an excellent game. You know, real competitive, and I'm really pleased because I thought first half's real even contest, and so on. But second half, I thought we were excellent. I really did. And I said, you know, we had a couple of opportunities to have scored again.
And Andrew Shinnie popped up with his first goals for the club, and a great start to the game as well, picking up one so early, but then immediately a setback. I mean, first of all, Andrew Shinnie's goal, some lovely football down the left-hand side. Yeah,
look, I think he's taken both goals very well, and I said we had some lovely work in the build-up to it, but then obviously it's a little bit of individual skill to get that. He scored both goals left-footed, and it's pleased for him because I said he's been, you know, before he got injured, he was providing some massive assists for us and so on, but then tonight he's shown that he can score goals as well, because that's probably what he's just lacked.
How disappointing that straight after the goal you concede the equaliser though?
I'm disappointed, but I'm pleased in terms of things, because it tested us. You know, one, it tested me tactically. Two, it tested our two young centre halves, because they come up against Lyle Taylor, who let's not forget, terrorised our when we came here 18, 19 months ago, whatever it was when I first took over. He terrorised our two first team centre halves. So you know, it was a real good test for him, and they needed to get the grips out. Once we did that, and so on, I thought they were excellent. But look, it's disappointed to concede so quickly. But in terms of a learning curve, it was vital, you know.
And they put some pressure on, didn't they, AFC Wimbledon? But then in the second half, you just seem to get back into the game at times and give them something to think about. Shinnie's hitting the post, and then he comes up with the winner in the end. Yeah, look, I thought it was a real good game. I thought it was quite an even game. I thought both teams treated it well. This is, you know, it's a proper game of football. It's two teams that want to win, two teams that, you know, similar in level in terms of that, and I thought it was a real good game. I enjoyed watching it, and I enjoyed the test that my players got. A lot of young, I mean, that back four is a young back four, you know, and to come up against the test that they did and to withstand it for most of the night was very good. I think I worked out the average age of your starting 11 was only just over 22 years old, and you've got Andrew Shinnie at 28 in there.
Yeah, exactly, you know, and I said we had a young sort of 16-year-old on the bench that we would have given a debut to if we'd been slightly more comfortable as well, because I said we wanted to win the group, so we treated it in the respect, we gave the competition the respect it deserves, and I said I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased.
You said you wanted to win the group. Obviously, home advantage now in the next round is guaranteed, but coming here knowing that a draw was going to be sufficient, irrelevant of what happened elsewhere later in the few weeks' time, how difficult is that to sort of look at?
No, not at all. You know, we come in and we can only affect what we can affect, and I thought our group's been a real good group. You know, Barnet, our game against Barnet was a real competitive game. The game against Tottenham was, and credit to all of them. I mean, I think it's been a real tight group in terms of that, and we're just pleased to have gone through, to get home advantage. It does help in this competition, because the last thing you want to do is add a big journey and an overnight stay, and it really does disrupt your week in terms of preparation, not just for, you know, for the league game on a Saturday. But look, I'm really pleased, and to come up against a real proper test and to withstand that is good for us.
And those bonus points in the penalty shootout have proved decisive as well, haven't they? Picking up both.
Exactly, and look, it's just treating the competition right. You know, people make rules. If it's a competition, if it's a penalty shootout to decide the game and a bonus point, then try and win it. Because that meant that going into tonight, okay, we could have drawn a game and could have gone through. But as I said, the win just gives you that little more of advantage. Plus, I said, we done the presentation and Joaquin did the video and stuff, and we said we want to be further ahead of where we were last year in all aspects. We had 6 points last year, lost to Millwall in the final game, so it's a similar kind of test we come up against today. And I said we topped the group. And a great run out for a lot of players that perhaps haven't got regular first team football of late. Well, I think we're all up to speed now. I think everyone's up to speed in terms of that, you know, in terms of people like Shinnie, Lawson, Pelly, Ruddock, who've missed out through injury or suspension and stuff. I thought Glenn Ray was immense tonight, they really did, and you know, he's captain, and he did that when he stepped back into the back three first half. He settled us down, steadied the ship a little bit. So it's some real good performance there. JJ another 40, another 90 for him, and so on. And they all got tested, which is a good thing, you know. That's better than cruising the game. getting that real test, and they withstood that. Because there's some good players in the AFC Wimbledon team, you know, and they were bringing on players as well, people like Barcham who were excellent at this level. So credit, I'm pleased tonight.
And a low attendance here tonight to watch this, but some fans, Luton fans, did travel down, and they celebrated with you at the end there to progression through to the next round.
Yeah, and they followed us. They followed us to Gillingham, they followed us to Swindon, and everywhere we've been, they've come and followed us, you know, and they get to see, you know, a proper side, and a side that works hard and grafts and wants to do well. And I said, I thought we were excellent, and I thought the fans were brilliant, and it didn't surprise me. And again, I can keep reiterating what I think about the fans, but they've been fantastic once again, and we're pleased that they came. And I think, look, we sent them home, and they'll be happy. And I said, you know, because I said they've seen a lot of young players tonight, and players that maybe they want to see in the first team as well. So it's a good night.
Progression in one cup competition tonight, hoping to make it 2 in a week on Saturday at Kenilworth Road. We look forward to speaking to you after the Portsmouth game. Thanks very much.